You can rewatch this later, or you can share it with team members. And so I will make this available on YouTube, okay? So anyway, welcome, 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 friends. I'm excited to have you here to learn more about virtual parties. And as I was saying before, I created kind of a list of things. And so some of the things that you'll want to have for parties is some tracking sheets. And so we will go through all of that, and I'll show you where to find all of that. You'll also want to have a Facebook account. Everybody give me a big thumbs up. I know everybody here's got a Facebook account, so you'll want to have that. Also, you'll want to have a device that you can go live on that has a camera. Clearly, everybody has one of those, or that is on here, or you wouldn't be able to Zoom with me. So you probably got that. Another thing that you'll want is these mini lip gloss packets for booking gifts. This is something that you'll get off of Mary Kay In Touch on the section, well, it's the section 2 line. It's the bottom row. It's the select minis, okay? That's what tab it's under. So you'll want to have some of these mini lip gloss packets on hand.
How many would you order?
Initially, 5, 10. They're $5 a piece. You know, it's not like you order once a year or something. You know what I mean? If you're ordering once or twice a month, then start with 5 and then go from there. And then, you know, what I would strongly encourage you to do, I know that I'm always saying Mary Kay says 10 appointments on your books is the perfect thing. But right now, this is what I did. I'm like, because usually I'm like, I'm going to go gung ho and I'm going to go crazy with this and see how it works. But I knew that my brain, I needed to go slow and process things a little bit and get my first couple parties going. So I do encourage you to go ahead and book a party maybe 10 to 14 days out. Okay. Why 10 to 14 days out? Well, the reason for that is I want you to be able to have the opportunity to work this party appropriately and get things rolling prior to the party. I want you to be able to coach the hostess well and have her get guests on the Facebook group. I want you to be able to get each one of these people that wants to come packets, because we're going to send out packets because you're going to be doing facials on Facebook. Okay. So what the concept is you're going to get a hostess. And then when she says yes, you're going to set up a time with her. The next step that you're going to do is you're going to create a Facebook group. You know what? And you guys I'm just going to kind of give you the big outline. There is actually a tracking sheet that says Mary Kay pre-party checklist. That's the beautiful part, is because it prepares you totally to do a party. That's what I love about this system, is that it doesn't allow you to leave anything out. So basically, you're going to get the hostess, you know, set up the group. She's going to start adding people into the group. You will be posting up until the party. And by the way, I personally used something called Post My Party. I do not get any commissions off of you using their service. It's $9.95 a month. I can, however, share with you the parties that I already have created, or the parties that I've gotten from other people. Or if you are on Sandy Welch's Facebook page, you can find Post My Party links in there. And all you have to do is click the link and it'll go automatically into your Post My Party account. Okay. So then you just kind of follow the rules. You follow the rules that are on the paper, and I'll go over all of that with you. And then what you'll do is you will go live on that Facebook group. You're going to probably go live 2 times before you actually do the party, because you're going to say, hey, this is who I am. This is what you can expect. Make sure to get me your address. And by the way, I always keep these little things in front of my desk. these are some of the things that you're going to be sending them. And so I always keep these little dudes handy. So I can always just, I'm like, oh, I need to go live, or like tomorrow I'm doing a party with an independent beauty consultant. And so I need to go live tonight on Sarah's group and say, hey, you guys, tomorrow night, I want to know if you got your packets, and I'm going to be in contact with you to make sure that you got your packets. So I'm really excited because tomorrow night, I want you to have your packets, and I want you to have a pen and paper handy, and I want you to have your fun game board that I sent you. And I'm going to go live. And so you're going to come onto this page, and Sarah's going to be sitting here with me, and we're going to be doing fun facials with you. You're going to be able to see me, but I'm not going to be able to see you. So if you've got kids or dogs or husbands, it's okay. You're just telling them what to expect. And then the day before, you're like, I'm so excited. You got your packets. There's 2 times that you'll usually post. The first one is, this is who I am, and this is what I'm going to be sending you packets and stuff like that. So then you'll go live, you'll do the party, and so just be totally relaxed on this. And by the way, if you haven't been on one of my parties, let me know and I'll add you. I'll just add you on Facebook. You can go back through and you can watch it. There is no such thing as perfection. So do not strive for that. That's only Jesus. Okay. Jesus is the only perfection in our world. So just have fun and love the products, share with them, about the products. So there's even a flip chart a document that is a flip chart that goes with this party. I absolutely love it. I use it, even though I know what I'm talking about, I still use it. So get yourself a binder and, print the flip chart off. I printed it off on cardstock, so that way it's durable, or, it turns well and stuff. So like this would be the first one. It says go live. And then it says welcome each person. Then it says, here's our hostess with the mostest. See, it's like, there's not a lot of content. So if you're like, well, this is like 30 pages, it's okay. And so make sure you don't print front and back. You just print one per page because you're going to be flipping it over. And then the next one, who likes to win prizes? And then you're telling them how they're going to win the prizes. So you're telling them how they're going to win the prizes. You're telling them, what you put in their packet and what you put in their packet. Let's talk about that for just a moment. The packet includes these little boards. And this is called a game board. Usually I do charcoal mask. That's my favorite thing to do. I did give the option for microdermabrasion, but I haven't sold an amazing amount of those. I just like the charcoal mask, but you can give them the option. And then you're going to send them a skincare set that's appropriate for their skin, and a catalog or a beauty book. The beauty books are the smaller ones. They're out of stock right now because everybody's buying them because they're less expensive to mail and purchase. So, but be on the lookout for those on Business Tools on Mary Kay in Touch. Okay. So after the party, this is a key time, which this is all in the instructions, and we'll go over that here in just a minute. But this is a key thing because what they're doing is during the party, they are putting down 8 items that they absolutely love, or that they'd be excited to get at half price or for free. Why would they get it for half price? Because that's one of the things that usually that's the prize that they win for turning this in, is they get one item at half price. And so, but you don't tell them that in the beginning. They don't know what their prize is going to be. So anyway, so when they fill this out, and then down at the bottom, the questions, yes or no, free or me, and yes or no. Number 1 is, do you, and this will all be in the information. Number 1, do you want me to be your Mary Kay consultant? So then you go through an explanation. It's all in the flip chart. And then number 2 is free or me. Free is they want to book a party with you, and they want this, these mini lip glosses. Okay. So it makes it really easy. You're like, oh, I'm super excited. So-and-so is booking a party. So, or me is just follow up with me because I'm not the party type of girl. And then yes or no down here is if they're going to listen to the facts about Mary Kay, if they want more information about how our business works. Okay. So when they turn this in within 30 minutes of the party, and you can say, okay, you guys, it's in the flip chart. But you'll remind them. So I love this. And I know I've talked about this before on the Boss Babes call and things. This is important because it helps you quickly follow up. Okay. So it's really nice because it's just that added incentive because they get a prize when they take a snapshot of this and text it to you within 30 minutes of the party. Okay. So, and even if you don't have people, like, let's say you sent packets out to, and you're going to text people like the day of or the Facebook Messenger, hey, Susie Q, and you're going to ask your hostess, hey, will you text message all your people and remind them to get on? And so it's a good system because there's continual reminders for them to, hey, are you getting on? Hey, did you get your packet? And so at the end, whoever doesn't send these to you, you'll want to reach out to them after the party and just say, hey, were you able to join us live? Or were you able to join us? How does your skin feel? You're going to ask those, type of closing questions so you can talk to them about the product. Did you fill out your sheet? Maybe give them an opportunity to send it to you within 5 minutes if they forgot, and go from there. So anyway, let me gather my thoughts here for just a moment. Does anybody have any questions while I'm gathering? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just go over this list. So first of all, let me just show you my binder. So I have a binder for my parties. It is bright, it's colorful, and it says party time right here. Because I want to be organized and I want to make sure that I have all of my information with me all at once. And so if I have to go take Garrett to baseball, which I do have to do tonight, then I have this with me and I can coach the parties or I can do whatever I need to do. Okay, so for each hostess, I put a sticky note backwards, and that's what, like that, those are my tabs. I could really get some better tabs, but anyway. This is Jana's Organization 101, scary. Okay, so the first thing that I'll just take you through Sarah's party. Okay, so this is Sarah Guerra. This is my niece, and her party was on 3/27 of 21 at 10 a.m. And I did, it says create a Facebook group. By the way, this is the pre-party checklist. Create a Facebook group. Name it with her name and the date of the party. So the name of the party was Sarah's Spring Spa Party, 3/27 at 10 a.m. CST Central Standard Time. That way, anybody attending was not questioning when we were going live. Okay, it's all there. Plus, it reminds me. So it's always good if I'm like, oh my gosh, like if I'm online, I'm like, okay, hold on, that's the type. Okay, next, invite the hostess to be part of the group. Let me go ahead. Does anybody have a question about how to create a group? Let me show you. Okay. All right. So let me make sure that, oh, it's open. Oh, and you know what? I have a party to start a group. Oh, let me see if I have started this yet. Okay, good news. I haven't done this yet. So now I'm going to do it, and I'll just show you how to do all of this on the computer today. Does that sound good? Okay, so yes. I have someone that booked a party for May the 4th. And so I'm going to go ahead. And by the way, don't let any of these components confuse you. You know, I've been doing this. I'll go slow and things, but hold on a second. That's not giving me the right option. Okay, I think it is now, maybe. Can you see Facebook?
Yes,
Okay, is it really small?
yes,
Is that better?
yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Okay, so once you're on Facebook, if you go to groups on the left-hand side, see this where it says groups?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna click on groups. And then I'm going to look on the left side and it says create new group. Everybody see that?
Mhm.
Perfect. I'm going to click on it. Now, the group's name is going to be, whoopsie daisy. Okay, so this is going to be Deborah Webster's Spring Spa Party. And the date is 5/4 at 6 p.m. CST. So it's Central Standard Time. And then privacy is going to be private, but the group is going to be visible. Okay. And then invite friends. I'm going to invite Deborah Webster, the hostess. Okay. Okay, so I just click create. Okay, I just created a group. Boom, it's that easy. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the page, what it looks like. So over here it says edit. Do you see that? Okay, so I want to edit that picture because I want to, and I'm going to upload photos. So have some stuff on your computer, and where you'll find that stuff on your computer is under resources and then digital assets. Okay, that's where you're going to find that on Mary Kay in Touch. So the picture that I'm selecting is, if you see, it will say Facebook party pictures. It's clear down at the bottom when you go to digital assets. So do you see that cutesy little Mary Kay picture of all the skincare?
Mhm.
Isn't that nice? Okay, that's gonna look so good. Okay, so I've created that. Now I'm gonna look at some things in the settings. Okay. So in the settings, it doesn't allow me, see, I was looking here to see if it would let me go live. And it's not. Sorry, I was getting a little dizzy. I needed to take a drink there. I'm getting a little warm. Okay, so it's not allowing me to go live. Do you see that there's not the 3 buttons there? So underneath the settings tool, I'm going to go down here and click post formats. And you can see right here that it's not allowing everything, okay? So I'm going to allow GIFs, polls. I'm going to allow, which you don't have to, but I always post GIFs just for fun later on. And so I'm just going to, but I make sure you open turn on live. So that way you can go live, and then I'll save it. Everybody good so far?
Yes.
Okay. All right, sounds great. Now we are going to go down to apps. And I'm going to add an app to this. because I use that, I use Post My Party. So I just typed that over here in the search, and then it popped up. So then I'll just tap it and click add. Okay. So now Post My Party I'll be able to set up a campaign for Post My Party. Okay. All righty. So that is ready to go. So what I would do, my goodness, my cute niece. Okay, let me stop sharing for just a minute. Okay, so what I'll be doing then on here, and by the way, I did notate what spa deal we're doing. We're doing charcoal mask. And so I usually notate what prize that I'm going to give. Usually I'll give a mint bliss for a posting prize, but sometimes I'll switch it up and give a mascara. So I'll keep an ultimate mascara here handy, but I always write it down because I don't want to get my parties confused. And so I'll probably just write up at the top here, posting prize with a colon. So I'll just have that on my notes so I know what I'm going to be giving away. Okay, so I already created the Facebook group, check. I just invited the hostess to join, check. Make hostess an admin of the group. You don't really have to do that, I found, because she can add people. But if you want to do that, you totally can. Next is message her using voice recording in Messenger. You can do that. You can send her a voice message, or you can send her a text that says, hey, Deborah, now the fun begins. You get to invite your family and friends. What I found is you will personally get text message, or you will personally, sorry. It tells you the script right here, you guys. So that's the easy part, is because it tells you what to tell her. And so you send it to her, obviously, without the quotation marks on there. And then you can message her the Facebook group address right below the voice message. So if you do want to get the link for the party group, I'll show you how to do this. Now, is this totally necessary? Maybe not, but it might be better for somebody that is challenged with finding a group or inviting people, where she can just send out a link. So I'm going to share this. Okay. So let's go to, see, and I'm in my groups over here. If I click on groups, because I'm trying to find that group, all you have to do is go into groups, and then you can look in here, or I just search it. So see, it just pops up, and then I just click on it. Okay, so here's her party right here. Ah, I didn't save that. Sorry. I got to put that picture back up there. Upload photo. Please let me find it. Let's click on recents, because I think that I've used that recently. There we go. Cover photo. Okay, sorry. I forgot a step, you guys. See up in the upper right-hand corner, it says save changes. Yeah, it's up here and it's blue. Do you see it?
See it? I don't see it.
Must be way up there.
Okay. Okay.
It's up in the upper right-hand corner of that. It says save changes. So make sure that you save the changes, or it won't save your picture.
Okay.
Okay. So now it's saved. Okay. So let me see. And by the way, if you did want to make your gal an admin, you couldn't do it until the group, like until she accepted. Okay, so this is how to save the link. Do you see up in the browser bar, the little Facebook thing? Do you see where I'm at, where I have it all highlighted? Okay, so all you have to do is just do a Control C or a Control Copy and save that, or right click on your mouse and it should allow you to copy that. And then you can go and message that person and paste it. Okay. So if you're on a Mac, I know it's Control V. Wait, it's Control V on everything, or it's Command V or Control V or whatever. So anyway, do the pasting. And so that's how you can share that link, okay? And then once she starts adding people on here, then I will send friend request to all of the guests and send them this message via Messenger. And the easiest thing that I can tell you to do, I'm going to show you this on another group. Okay, so like this is Sarah's group. Okay, so this is the easiest way I found to do this. So you click on, if you click on one of the guests up at the top, these little bubbles, you can scroll down and it shows everybody that's there. And all you have to do is click message, message, message. And you just like, when I pop out like all I'll do is I'll create a message and I will type, hey, Sarah, exclamation point. And then I will have the message will say, and I'll copy the message so I can copy and paste it into everybody's to speed it up. If you want to type it all out, that's totally up to you. But anyway, it just says, hi, my name Susie Q. My name is Jana Strunk, and I'm the beauty consultant doing Sarah's party on this date. I would love to send you a pampering packet full of samples that you'll be able to use during the fun Facebook Live event. May I please have your address and your skin type, normal to dry or combination to oily? Okay. So you just send that to all of these people. And after you type it out once, you can just, I changed it a little bit. I said, you know, my name is Jana Strunk, and well, no, I didn't. I did it just like it is, but I just didn't copy their first part. And I would just say, hey, Cassie, and then I would copy the rest. Hey, Kelly, copy the rest. You know what I mean? Have a control copy. So sorry, I'm a time saver, and that's how I roll. Okay, so then you'll wait for responses. Okay, when they respond to you, sorry, I don't have any on hers yet. Let's go back to Sarah's. When they respond to you, you will put their name. Oh, let's see. This was a big honkin' party. Okay, so when they respond to you, you're going to put their, on this is called the virtual party tracking. Okay, so this is just the tracking sheet, and you're going to put their name, their address, and then their skin type. And then when you have sent them a packet, you check mark, check mark, check mark. So that way you know who you've sent packets to and who you have not sent packets to. Does that make sense? Okay, next thing is check to see who hasn't responded to you. So you look and you see who hasn't responded, and you contact the hostess, and it tells you right here what to say to her. It says, okay, I've heard from Jill, Joni, and Susie, but not from your friends, Bill, Bob, and Sandy, and Irene, and Dolores. And so it's probably because we are friends on Facebook and they don't see my message. Could you reach out to them and have them send me their address and skin type? Or could you gather that information for me? So you're allowing your hostess to kind of be part of that, and she doesn't mind. It's not a big deal to her. So anyway, so that's what you'll do. And then you'll work on getting those packets out, mailing the packets out. And so then 8 to 10 days before the party, you're going to post an introduction. You're going to do a Facebook Live in the group, welcoming everyone to the group, asking for them to turn on notifications. So basically 7 days before. Now this says use Post My Party, which has all the posts and pictures, and it will post on schedule, which leaves you time to just comment. That is a beautiful thing. Do you want me to show you what my Post My Party looks like? So, okay. Let me go to that website. whip that up here real quick and log in. Okay. Do not be overwhelmed by all of this. Once you get it in your hot little hands, it's a lot easier. Okay. So you're like, I need this now. Okay.
Just sent Bob a little note that says, I am so lost.
What's that?
I just sent Bob a little note that says, I am so lost right now.
It's okay. I want you to, the first thing that I want you to print off so it doesn't get overwhelming, because it already is the things that are in this book. The virtual Mary Kay pre-party checklist. The second thing that's going to go in your binder right after that is going to be the virtual party tracking. The next thing that's going to go in your binder is the virtual party follow-up, because that's going to tell you what to post after the party's over. And then you're going to have, okay, so this is virtual party follow-up. This is one of them that you're going to fill out, okay, or that you're going to print out, okay? There's 2 virtual party follow-ups. The next one looks like this, and it's got a blue top. This is where I track who placed orders, okay? So I just write their name. Have they placed an order? Did they win a prize? You know, there's a place for who won the prizes, like during the party. And then this is where I track how much my hostess gets. So right here, I put the sales total minus anything I gave to them, minus any sales tax. And then I can add it up and give the hostess her hostess benefits, but we can talk about that later. So I want you to print those things out and put them, hole punch them and put them in a binder. That's the first step. The second step is I want you to print off this flip chart. And all you have to do is I want you to read through it once, because then you're going to know kind of what you're doing and what the concept is. Okay. So these here, this is going to give you more information than anything that like the step-by-step. Okay. So we were on, let's see, the post my party. I'm going to take you there, but don't get overwhelmed. Let me tell you, I had to get used to it. It took me time to get used to it. So why would it take you any less time? I'm just saying, we're all smarty pantses. Okay. So this is post my party, and I'm over here on the left side. When I share something with you, that's called a template. So like a template for a party, that's what you are, we're going to look at the list for templates, because you're going to see like what kind of parties that I have. Okay. I'm not going to share all of these with you because there are a lot, and then you would be overwhelmed. But this is the one, the Jen Bessaker Party Original, copy updated 4/12/22. I'm going to click edit. The reason why I'm showing you this is because I just want you to know how this works. So like I will schedule this on this little thing. It says, well, when do you want your party to start? And I tell them what day I want it to start. And then it goes up all the way up to my party time. Okay. So these posts right here. So this is, I'll show you kind of what the post would look like. So the first day it says check in daily with, for any post with a ticket. These posts will get you entered into the prize drawing. Yes. And so these are the things that it's going to show them. Okay. It's going to show them how to change their notifications so they're seeing everything on this group. Okay. And it really, you know, the only thing that you have to change every time is where these hearts are, you put your hostess's name in. That's it. The only thing that you would have to edit is if you were doing it day or night, you might have to edit like the times, and I'll show you how that works. I'll go back to the template. So you see here on day 8 is my party day. And so these are some, these are just some postings. And by the way, I've added some different things on here because like I want people to register on my website during this post, but I have no desire to set and schedule all of these posts every time I do a party. Does that make sense? Like I am doing, let's see, there's 2 that day, 3 that day, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. These are 17 posts that just automatically go on Facebook and I don't have to worry about it. Okay. So that's what this service is doing for me. And, but you, like, if you ever get this from me, I'll show you how to work it. I'll show you how to edit it. Okay. Because like this one, you would change it to have your name. So it says register on my website for 5 tickets. And then it says what foundation is right for you. After you register, go to tips and trends and tab to take the quiz to find your true shade. So, but then this has got a link that goes right to my website. So that way it takes all of the guesswork out. So there's a lot of little things that have been thought about after I've done parties. Okay. So anyway, that's the post my party thing. So when you see post my party, that's what it's talking about. And then, I mean, honestly, on my first party, I'm like, I didn't even have page 2 of the instructions. So seriously, but like here, I didn't do half of this. So like, if you don't do something, don't freak out. Like I didn't tag all of my guests one time. I'm like, who cares? Whatever, I missed it. I dropped the ball, but I'm gonna get better next time. So anyway, then you can message the hostess. I know that you aren't in the drawing for the contest giveaway, but but the more posts that you comment on, the more that it will be active on Facebook and the more fun for everyone and the more excited that they will get. Sometimes I skip that one because I'm like, I don't know if the hostess, I haven't told my hostess if she's in that drawing or not. So it's okay. I just don't draw her name. And then tag all guests, go live in the group. It just tells you step by step what you should be doing. Okay. So what if you did one? What if you did one of these parties? And what if it's successful? You know what I mean? How exciting is that? So then you're going to have people that you're going to be following up with, and then you're going to be collecting their orders. And then, but at the virtual party follow-up, like this says post for each booking. Like if somebody books after the party, you're going to go on there on that group and you're going to say, oh my gosh, thank you, Susie Q. And maybe you'll have a few pictures that say thank you, or put a GIF up there, party girl or something, and say, thank you, Susie, for booking a party. You just helped Kim earn $25 more in free product, because that's a hostess thing. You guys, I've been on Zaya, whatever the cooking thing is, Pampered Chef, and that makes me feel guilty if I haven't ordered yet. And, or sometimes it's like, oh, I want recognition. I'm going to go ahead and order something. You know what I mean? I want to support so-and-so. I want to make sure she knows I'm supportive. And so this is so genius because it really does help. It helps the hostess out. So then when they message you about the game board, reply back with, as a thank you for turning in your game sheet, you get a gift for 1 item for half price. Either message me what you want, or you can shop on my website at blah, 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 blah. Okay. So this is telling you exactly how to respond to everything and do everything. So next is orders. With every order, you post a thank you. tagging the guest and the hostess in the party group and tell her what hostess credit she has at that moment. Don't get wrapped up in that initially. If you're like, oh my gosh, I'm a little overwhelmed, just say, oh my gosh, Jill just ordered and Susie's gonna get more in free product. I am so excited, Jill. You're gonna love that Time-Wise repair set. If they order something big and honking, you should put that out there. I've seen that happen on the Zaya page, like my cousin sells Zaya, and she's like, oh my gosh, my friend, Susie just purchased these leggings, this sweatshirt, this shirt, this blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dang, well, I could at least buy a sports bra. You know what I mean? So I think it's good to, you don't have to post everything that they ordered, but even just recognizing them. I had one of my recent parties, somebody say, did you get Caitlin's order? Because she didn't get recognition and she was asking. And I'm like, uh-oh, she hasn't paid me yet, so I didn't post it yet, but I'll go ahead and do that. So, just, yeah, people love recognition. Okay. Post that the party is going to go on for 2 days. So, Susie Q's party, we're going to wrap it up, blah, 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 blah. And by the way, you can check these things off or highlight them, these certain steps. Okay. And then post on the last day as a reminder, Susie's party closes at midnight. Don't forget to get your order in, and your website, add your website and tag everyone in the party. So that way there's a reminder. Okay. If they've already ordered, still tag them because they might want to add something to their order. I had one lady ordered 2 to 3 times, and her mom ordered 2 or 3 times as well, and just ordered a brush set. These ladies have spent $300 each at least. So, I mean, it's a good thing. So anyway, then you want to message the hostess, and after it's done, and say you have this much in hostess credit, and from those that have ordered and these that haven't ordered, could you just do me a favor and send them a little message letting them know that the party closes at midnight tonight? So if they're interested in ordering, here's my website. So they are getting a text message and everything. Okay. So are you excited? I know it's overwhelming because I felt that way and Nancy felt that way but we sat down and I printed everything off and we hole punched it. And I said, okay, let's take a deep breath and let's just read through this together. And so this is really what we did, is we just went through this together. And so just as we did, we went through, and by the way, when Nancy was here, they didn't have these tracking sheets weren't available. And it was like, I had to write down all of the hostesses in a notebook. And then I had to try to make categories. So I was trying to make my own little system. So I love that there's already systems there. Okay. So most important is, and then print off extras. So your virtual party checklist and your virtual party follow-up. Okay. These are all, I'll take you back and show you where all of these are at, including these things. Okay. So, and even on, remember on here, it's going to show you the tracking for, that's number 1 is tracking forms. So these are all of the tracking forms that you'll want. And I even put Walmart by a binder for your flip chart. And then these are all under the Rise Mary Kay family page under files. Okay. And so let's go ahead and go there real quick so you can check that out. It's not letting me. Hold on. Apparently I have to be on that page first. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to, so I'm on Facebook and I'm going to go over here on the left-hand side I have shortcuts. I don't know if y'all have shortcuts, but I always have shortcuts to my groups. And then on the Rise page up here, you'll see about, discussions, rooms, topics, members, events, media, and files. You want to click on files, even though I tagged you all in that virtual part, that document. I tagged you in this one, the preparation one. Okay, so right on here, it's got everything. Right here, it's got virtual pre-party checklist. Everything from March 16th on, you should be printing. Okay. Let me see what this is. The coaching the party one is the virtual party tracking. That's so those are good. So yes. Any questions on where these files are and what you should be printing off?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay, so now let me excuse myself for just a moment because I want to show you exactly what I got, because I meant to measure these pink poly mailers so you can either order some or get some at your office supply store or whatever. I get them, I got some on Amazon because they were really inexpensive. So let me see. Okay, I'll be right back. I want to just make sure. Yep, I'll be right back.
What'd you think? Was
Very
there-
good, but I am a little bit overwhelmed. I have to watch it over and over again.
Well, one thing I like about it is she actually keeps it real simple, and that's the most important
Yeah.
thing, is to be able to keep it simple, because when you're teaching your team, our teams, we really want to keep it simple, because I even saw, when they did the other stuff, and it was like I was very much overwhelmed. I was like, fear came, doubt came, and I'm like, nah, man, that's got to go. I gotta go, man. I gotta get it going. And so I'm glad that she's doing this, because that's really does help to have it really focus.
It does, that's for sure. So have you done any of these Facebook Live parties?
I've only done one with her, and that's when we did my grand opening, and it was fun and exciting.
Good.
Invited
Good.
a lot of friends and all that, and saw a lot of GFIs and all this, but not the one with the post-my party, because that's different. That came after I had already joined, and I had joined back in I think it was in May of last year. Yeah. So it's not been a year quite yet, not quite yet, but yeah. And then when I saw when they were doing the post parties, and I was like, okay, but it's like, I'm glad that they're doing it. She's doing it this way, and they really got it together. I really like that. That's really going to help us.
Oh yes, it will for sure. Definitely.
It's so nice, because if you make a decision to get Post My Party, you can cancel it at any time. It's $9.95 a month, and I'm really not trying to sell you on it. But if you do get it, I can share a link with you for this party. And when you click on it, it'll ask you if you want to enter it into your Post My Party, and you have it automatically.
See, that's nice.
And it's like,
That's
what?
nice.
And then all you have to do is go into your template and the list. It'll show up right there. And then you can edit anything. You can go through each one. There's 17 of them. It doesn't take you that long. Go through and read them. Know what you're posting.
Mhm.
Change the wording if it's not your wording, and change the website if it's my website. Or there's not I can tell you on that particular one, there's only like 2 things that you'd have to change. And then you can save it as yours going forward. And then the only thing that you would have to change is on the second post, the hostess name. And then usually when I have it, I change the name of the party to Susie Q's party. Once I update her name, I save it as that, just so I don't jack anything up. I'm like, I don't want to accidentally get somebody else's party, you know. So anyway, okay, so this is how I pack things. I get these from my girlfriend's house. And so these are just cello bags with an adhesive. And the one thing I didn't bring in here, hold on just a second.
Ruler.
I'm like, where's one of my boys when I need him? Hey, Garrett. Can you bring mommy a tape measure, please? Oh, sorry. He's in the bathtub. Okay. I will get you these dimensions later. So anyway, but I love this size. I reorder this size. Like if you got 100 of these, it's like $15 or something. But anyway, I love it because it fits the lookbook and it has a self adhesive thing. So like if you're going to send this, you know, like the 3D set, you could put that. And even if you had the beauty book and it's smaller, and then you're going to post the game thing, don't forget that. And then this, the charcoal mask sample, and then a business card. There you go. So you could just slip this in the pink mailer. Seriously, you could stick this in there. They would think nothing of it. So don't wait until you get these from Pink Pant, you know, the what I just told you, my girlfriend's house. Don't wait. You know, go ahead and use just a poly mailer. See how loosey-goosey these are. I've already checked with the post office how much this is. So this is going to be really easy. So you're just going to slip it inside and don't add a whole bunch extra, because if you go over 4 ounces, it will be more. Okay. So I've sent microdermabrasion instead of that, and it's totally okay. But anyway, so you'll seal it. And then if I'm making a lot of packets, I'll put a C or an N for combination to oily or normal to dry. So that way I know, you know, I don't have to like do, oh, this is Jill's, oh, this is Joni's. I just make all of, like, I need 5 normal packets and I need 7 combination to oily. So I'll just put a C, and I'll put the C right where I'm going to put my return label. So that way I can cover up that letter. It doesn't matter if you don't, who cares? But then just write on here and put their name in Sharpie and their address. And that's where you take your handy dandy little binder, you know, wherever you're packing the orders. And then you just slap on 3 regular stamps. Aw, there's a helper there.
This is Miss Nora.
Hi, Nora. How are you?
Miss Jana.
Good to see you. So anyway, 3 postage stamps, 55 cents. It's like $1.40 or $1.60 or something to mail this. So 3 stamps covers it. Anyway, this isn't trackable, but so you want to give this a week. Okay. If you send something out on pirate ship, like if you're like, I'm down to the wire, I've got 3 days for this to get there, or 2 days for this to get there, then you're going to have to spend more money. You're going to have to spend $3 and some odd cents, because if you send it in pirate ship, that's 2-day priority. And it's just going to cost you $3. It'll cost you twice as much, but it depends on who you're sending it to. It might be important, you know, for you to send that. It's totally your call at that point. Anyway, what questions do y'all have for me? Oh, by the way, you can do a closing sheet at the end if you want, but I've got one that I don't like that's on my party currently that I need to take off of there because people were getting confused with some sets. I don't want any deals on my closing page because I'm already giving them 1 half price item, and the hostess is already getting a special. So, you know, that's unnecessary to have extra deals unless you want to have something separate, like when we were doing the bundles, I totally put that on my, I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, today's the last day. You can get this, 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 and this, and this for $99 if you order today. So you can do specials like that. That's totally up to you. Any questions?
This is going to be practice for us. Once we get it down, we've got it down.
Yes. And that is exactly what I want you to do, is I want you to practice it. And so I want you to ask some people that really love you. Hey, would you be willing to help me out? I'm in the learning process of learning how to do a Facebook Live. I'm learning how to work virtually, and I'm not quite sure how to do this. And so if you would be willing to help me out, I'm going to do all of the work. Okay.
So do you know somebody in order to start it, or can you just pick somebody at random?
You can pick anybody that you want. Are you talking about the hostess?
I saw you kind of pick a hostess, didn't even know them. Is that what I was seeing, or did you know that person somehow, or get a contact?
Okay.
No.
So first of all, Sarah is my niece. And so I know her, obviously. And
Yeah.
then I'll show you what the progression looks like. Sarah is my niece, and she has a sister-in-law, Lydia, that booked another party. See, there's Lydia's party. And Kim, so I only had started with Kim and Sarah. Kim I've known for years. And
Oh,
so
every person that you started with is someone that you knew, Janet? Or?
yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Sarah is my niece. And so
Right.
I started with her and Kim. These parties were, one was on a Saturday and the other was Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 4 days apart. So I scheduled them 4 days apart intentionally so I could wrap up Sarah's party before I started Kim's party, because I wanted to know what I was doing. And I felt like, okay, I need to get my bearings, but I didn't want to allow a couple of weeks in between, because I also didn't want to get discouraged if the first party wasn't as good as I thought. You know what I mean? So anyway, and by the way, there was only 2 people that got on the first party. And so then Kim had a party, and from Kim's party, Kelly Foes booked a party, and Kelly Foes had 19 packets go out.
Wow.
I know. Now, also from Kim's party, Aaron booked a party. And then from Kelly Foe's party, Deborah Webster booked a party. And then this is Sarah Kirby. She's a consultant. Anyway, so I'm booking parties from parties. And so when you get good at that, it just starts branching out, and you get to know people that I know Kim and Lydia, or excuse me, I know Kim and Sarah, but I didn't know anybody else. That's the great part, because if you don't know very many people, you can still be super successful because you're going to get to know people. Okay. Another thing that I want to share with you is that a tip from a national sales director, Emeriti, that I really, really respect. She said this: once you have these clients that are not local to you and they're purchasing product, if you don't get on the phone with them and get to know them just a little bit, like I'm going to go back at the end of this week, and I'm going to call some of these people and just say, hey, this is Jana, your Mary Kay gal. I just wanted to give you a call and just see how you're doing, check in with you. How are the products? Did you get your products? How are they working for you? Because I want to get to know them and build that bond so they know who their beauty consultant is, because there's really nothing keeping them otherwise if there's no bond. Okay. So make sure that you're creating that bond. And then also sharing the Mary Kay opportunity. So I've shared the Mary Kay opportunity with a few of my hostesses. I think that, there's some of these gals are going to be fantastic. And they will join my team, probably just a matter of time. So that was a great question, Bob. What other questions do y'all have? Do you have any hostesses in mind? Do you have anyone in mind that might be a hostess?
I have a party coming up on the 30th, and I've already sent one of the packages out. So I might retouch with Renee to see if we could do the Facebook party instead of the having it as a Zoom.
Okay,
So I'll check in with her and see what she thinks.
that's totally up to you. You can keep it a Zoom. I have done some of these as a Zoom. I guess you could do it as a Zoom if you wanted to keep it as a Zoom. But what I want you to keep in mind, keep that as a flexible thing, but maybe no matter what, create a Facebook group.
Okay.
Okay. Number two, utilize the great tools that are in here that says, okay, like, have you gotten your packets out to her people? You know, do you know? So if she's not given you, has she given you a guest list?
Not yet.
Okay. So you might want to ask her, would you rather give me a guest list or would you rather me set up a Facebook group to kind of get to know everyone?
Okay.
And then what you can do is you can start posting some things. Say, if you are going to go live on that group, fantastic. You can tell them that. If not, you can say, hey, you guys, I created this group because we are actually going to be on Zoom, but I wanted to share some, have a place to kind of share some products and share some ideas. And as a place to kind of keep you updated on what's going on. Does that sound good? So maybe implement, that's what I did initially too, is I already had a party booked and I think it was a Zoom. And so I just kind of like, oh, I'm going to use some of these things and then use the flip chart and then use the tic-tac-toe board. And you know what I did the first time because they didn't have this in their packets? I said, draw it on a piece of paper. I said, make a tic-tac-toe. And I want you to draw a smiley face in the middle, or you can have them put a product in the middle. That way there's 9 products that they're jotting down. And then on the bottom, I just had them write it on a piece of paper. So just be flexible with it initially and try to incorporate as much of this in as you can to your current party. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
And I love those tracking sheets. So like knowing who she is planning to have attend and who's going to get packets, writing that down. That way, did they get their packet? Yes. Because honestly, who has the memory to I know I don't. Somebody asked me what I did last week and I'm like, I don't even know. I have no idea. That's why I just want to work hard all my life because it's like, at least I'm accomplishing something, even though I'm not remembering what I accomplished. All right. Any other questions or comments?
Thanks for doing this with us.
Yeah, thanks for doing
Thank you
it.
so much.
You're so welcome. I know that as Nancy and I did this, it brought something, I think, to both of us, like a little bit of peace, a little bit of, understanding of what is this all about? So, I do have other videos that I can share with you about the party if you would like to see that, but start with this and then let me know. And I'll be happy to share more. I'll be happy to answer any questions. We're all in this together. And last week, I've got to figure out how much I gave away. But before giveaways, and say I didn't include sales tax, but I had probably over 2,300, probably 2,400 in retail product moved last week out of my office. So there's a lot happening.
Mm-hmm.
A lot moving. One party, I thought nobody's ordering anything but their half price item. Like I might be losing money, but then one of the last people like ordered a miracle set. She didn't have a half price item. She booked a party and I'm like, I just made all my money back, And so I'm like, this is my practice phase. I'm not freaking out. And then the next party I had like, I don't know, like $700 in sales. That hostess totally needs to recruit because all of her family bought a lot of Mary Kay. So, but anyway, so you'll get the hang of it and we'll all be just rocking and rolling together. So anyway, okay, ladies, keep me updated. I want to know when you have your first hostess for this booked. Okay. Do you have a question,
got-
Sandy?
No, our computer like is flashing stuff at us. I mean, nice stuff, not bad stuff. Just put the weather
It
in.
looked kind of red to me.
Right? There's a concern there.
Yes, it's showing that we might be getting, there we go. Okay, we're good.
Good.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so I would love for y'all, if you want to study, that's fantastic, but I would love to see you have your first hostess within the next 24 hours, because you can learn until the cows come home, but unless you start putting it into action and make yourself do it one time, then
Hands on, yeah.
you know what I mean? Hands-on learning is the best. Something that I learned through this process was that, okay, so National Sales Director, Inner Circle National, Stacy James said, don't wait to figure out the chaos before you get into the chaos. Go into the chaos and then everything will get figured out. And so I thought, Jana, just do it, just do the party. And so what I think, okay, I'll be right out. Anyway, so I started figuring it out. Oh yes, they are. Oh, I didn't put it out there. I gotta go. I got a neighbor coming over to pick something up. I'll talk to y'all later, okay?
Thank you.
Bye.
All right,
Bye.
bye.
Thank you.
Bye.